Alright everybody, we are back with part 7 for Legacy of Kain Defiance Remastered here, and we're now in chapter 12, which this is the second last chapter in the game. I don't know if this will be the finale though, because we have a lot to do in this chapter, and it could end up taking a bit, especially one of the final bosses at the end of this chapter is going to take a lot longer than it normally would, because we're not going to be allowed to use the Spirit Reaver, which does more damage to him. So that'll waste some time. But yeah, we have another kill all of this enemy type achievement in this one. There's these Archons that only show up in the Spirit Realm, so they're a little bit trickier to find. But we have to do that. We actually already started this chapter in the previous part. We finished off the boss fight, and there was a miscellaneous achievement for using the Dark Reaver's power during that boss fight, so we got all that done. This is basically right after that boss fight. But then we also have 3 other miscellaneous achievements, one of them being that boss fight one I mentioned, and then we can also take the opportunity to get Thicker Than Water and White Roses, which White Roses is a solve whatever thing in less than 3 minutes. There was achievements similar to that in Soul Reaver 2. It should be pretty easy on this game because it's just kind of matching your Reavers to the floor panels and stuff like that. So we've got that to look forward to, and there's a total of 9 collectibles in this chapter, so there's quite a lot of them. But yeah, we're still in the church right now. I guess we can just start by just checking the Spirit Realm right here. I don't think Archons start showing up until we get back to Vorador's Manor, though. Yeah, we actually should be good here. I don't know what these white circles on the ground are. Right, I was just double checking the Spirit Realm there, just in case. But like I said, I'm pretty sure we gotta get back to Vorador's Manor. Our mansion. And it's telling us to do it right now.
In my absence, the estate had been overrun by Moebius' soldiers. I hoped that they had not yet found the entrance to the crypt or discovered the body of Janos. Of Vorador, there was no sign.
Raziel, the conquering hero. I understand we ought to offer congratulations. Kain, at last, is dead.
I suppose you expect similar congratulations on the death of Vorador. Or has he eluded you?
We have him, but not without a considerable price in blood.
That will have pleased him.
Let it sustain him until his head is off, and every vampire in Nosgoth at last is dead.
And will that knowledge sustain you? You too are going to your death.
For a true servant of the one God, death is never bitter. I will go, again at peace with the knowledge that I have played my small part in our master's plans. Kain is at last destroyed, and you have carried out the deed. Which hero do you think you are now? The vampire savior, or the other one? Have you realized yet that it didn't matter to us which one either of you thought you were, so long as the result was the same in the end? And now, Kain is dead. Really, I cannot thank you enough.
So, this has all been arranged every step of the way. And Kain thought I truly had free will.
Oh, but you do. And there's the greatest triumph of all. To have compelled the one player who could choose into doing exactly what we required. Well done, faithful servant. And now, I have an execution to see to.
Moebius always seems to be one step ahead. But Raziel kind of did mention that he thought he played right into the wrong hands when he defeated Kain. Let's get rid of this guy. They can stop throwing shit at me. Yeah, we can actually pick up these big guys and throw them now.
All those you have killed, Die now!
It actually is kind of nice to be able to pick enemies up and throw them with Raziel finally. He can actually throw his hammer? I didn't even realize he could do that. Alright, he's actually... there he goes. I wasn't sure if he was alive or dead. Now, we actually do have a really pretty decently hidden collectible right away here. It's gonna be up on this. I actually could have just walked up the stairs, but this works. But it's right behind this. You can kind of tell there's something off with it even during the cutscene, because it gets really shifty. It has like an illusion-looking thing. But we can also start hunting down our Archons at this point as well. I can also go through that wall. But our Archons are like those floating creatures. These things. But there's also some new ones that start appearing in this chapter that are like kind of crab-looking a little bit. But we gotta hunt down all of these things in this chapter. So it's gonna kind of be a situation where we're gonna be in and out of the spirit realm a lot. This one just holds still. Can't seem to actually hit it. Alright, I think we killed it. Any spirits to feed on? There was one of them floating around, but it kinda... there it is. Alright, so those two Archons are now dead. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna be in and out of the spirit realm quite often. Let's move through here now. You guys have to do that.
For all those you have killed, die now!
I think one of them died from fall damage or something.
For all those you have killed, die now!
I wonder if we can actually suspend... oh, we can suspend the big guys. Alright, that group's dead. Let's see if there's anything down here. We don't have to worry about vampire hunter groups. This is actually kind of a point where if you're trying to get the under 6 hour achievement, you can just run past a lot of these enemies. Alright, I'm almost wondering if we should... we do have another collectible in front of us, but let's go to the spirit realm really quick. See if there's any Archons in here. Don't see any over here. What about over here? Alright, we seem to be clear. I think you can farm some Archons near the end of the section that you would need to kill them in. So we should be okay. I just need to get myself back to the mortal realm really quick. And we'll grab that collectible. Let's go and get the second collectible for this chapter. Alright, there's that. I think there actually are some Archons in these hallways, some of the new ones, but I'm gonna have to get rid of these guys first. Nope, none of them are actually dead. that one. Wow, that tracked the hell out of the dodge. Alright, let's see if there's any physical realm enemies in here first. So that we can get rid of them. I would have pushed him. This one's actually stuck. Well, that's great. Might be able to pull him out of there when his energy bubble goes away. Alright, there we go. Now let's see if there's Archons in this hallway. Oh, here's one. I think there's actually supposed to be 2 of them in here. Yeah, there he is. It's all at the end of the hall. But yeah, these are the new ones. Oh shit, there's another one. Doesn't seem like I can TK push them. Raziel just always misses. Alright, there's a few more. Oh, they actually... I guess we can get some extra kills on these ones while we're here. I'll take out some extra ones, sure. If it means we get the achievement to pop sooner. Any of them in here? Seems clear in here. But yeah, the fact that you have to realm shift constantly for them is the one thing that's going to be kind of annoying about the achievement. Oh, these guys even come back? Great, they already protected themselves. Just quickly dispatch them here. I think once we get out into the main hall here, we'll also have another collectible to pick up right away. And they're making me having to go all the way around a bunch of this shit. Yeah, there's that one. Go kill ourselves some vampire hunters. Yeah, I think this is why they give Raziel the enhanced telekinesis. So you can just quickly dispatch these dudes. Especially since it works on the brute now. You do need wall spike kills. This is a good spot for it. Well, let me do the overhead strike on these guys. Alright, they're all taken care of. Let's see if there's any Archons in here. The trickiest part is if there's some flying ones, because they can kind of wander too far sometimes, especially some of the ones outside that we'll have to deal with. We appear to be clear in here. Now we can climb up. Someone actually fixed the portrait. There was a collectible behind there in Chapter 8. Oh, we're gonna actually have to go to the spirit realm for this part. It's the only way across. Shit, I didn't make it. Can we actually... Okay, we can climb the wall here. Sometimes these climbable walls won't be here in the spirit realm, but luckily they don't make you go in and out just to get back up. We're actually just gonna jump to, Oh, you know what? I can't even make that jump, actually. That's why. You can actually break this wooden wall. I didn't suspect it because usually we can't just break things like that, but we can with our enhanced TK. That is not the guy I wanted to pick up. Neither is that. It's always so delayed. There we go. Get rid of one of them. Actually do need some health. And I didn't know he was dead. Damn it. Alright, anything over here? I don't know if we have any Archons. We can just check really quick. At least I can get some health in here. Alright, now. I'm gonna have to... The only way to get back into the physical realm over here is right here. See, that's the annoying thing about having to check for the Archons. Is that if they're not in those rooms, we have to go through this. But it's not that big of a deal. Let's open this door now. What was that noise? It's like it blocked me. Oh, okay, that's what we heard. I heard one of those bird things that can block your path. Where's this sorceress? We're gonna get rid of her first. That actually dealt with them. Get him unstuck from that chair. See the last one? He was. We should be able to get our next collectible now. Put one right outside here. Another TK rune. And I think that there are also Archons inside of this throne room, just like the last one. Got some new flying ones. Alright, that takes care of those two. Usually the flying ones are always in groups of two, but some of them outside are in bigger groups. At first I thought that was another one just stuck in the ceiling, but it's another one of those gargoyle things. Alright, let's get back here. don't think I'm actually going to the ceiling. The one thing that can get kind of confusing about this level is that we basically want to break our way through places. Here we go. Actually, no, this is where we came from. I think we're going this way now. Because I think we're actually heading back to the cellar, which is where we can actually get another achievement. But we're going to be going into the outside courtyard first, I believe. The one that's out in the front. Get rid of these two really quick. Alright, that one's dead. I think they both burned to death. There we go. Alright, let's make it to the top here before we go into the spirit realm. Make sure there's no more basic enemies. Now we can check. We're going to stay in the spirit realm for a little bit too, because there are Archons outside. But yeah, here's some of the new ones. Should have broke some of these chairs before I went into the spirit realm. I forgot they could do that. Then there was one. Alright, that takes care of that group. Like I said, we're not going back to the mortal realm yet, because I think we've got more Archons directly outside. And another kind of tricky collectible. Yeah, we got some new ones here. Damn, I was trying to dodge backwards, but I was just stuck there. Alright, those two are dead. Get some health. I'm gonna actually check to see if there's any Archons that spawn in here. This is actually the room where our next collectible is gonna be, but we just can't get it yet. But I'm just doing a quick sweep of the area. Whoa. We can actually climb the old debris mesh from Chapter 8. Charge the Reaver up here. They always do that slam down attack right as I'm landing on the ground, so I can't dodge it. Alright, well that knocks that down. He used my body to do it. Normally you have to use TK in order to get that thing knocked down. Wow, that was good teamwork. It's actually stun locked there. Oh, you actually powered through that. Alright, they're all dead. Now we can get our next collectible. Now we've got some breathing room here. Yeah, it's a little trickier because you actually have to interact with this. Even get a little cutscene for it. That's 5 out of 9 for this chapter. Now we can go the way that was just revealed to us. But yeah, I didn't know they could use our body to actually knock the pillar down. Now we can make it across because that one pillar's slanted. It's a good thing Terrell was still alive. We wouldn't be able to get anywhere without that increased TK power. Still got me with that one. Can you guys stop spitting on me? Yeah, sometimes it just won't let me dodge backwards when they're charging up their attack, but it's not too big of a deal. They actually don't do that much damage. Alright, there's those Archons. No new ones in here. Let's check the hallway really quick. Alright, I think we're good. We actually have to be in the physical realm for the next achievement, which is actually kind of a weird one. It's going to be right next to our next collectible as well. Let's get into the physical realm, but we have to use the corpse of one of the humans in the area to become a transformed, because we have to defeat a transformed while in the water. So it's going to be a little tricky. But yeah, these enemy types right here, if we kill a human, they can possess the body to become a transformed. So then what we have to end up doing is get this guy into the water. And then kill him while he's down here. I guess they don't really possess the body just becomes possessed. So you don't really need the enemies alive, I suppose. There we go. Kind of an odd one. But we can also get our next collectible now. I think there's also some... Let's actually defeat the Archons first, because there are some of them down here. And then we'll grab it. just so they're not in our way. That one actually killed his friend. Alright, they're dealt with. Now let's get our next collectible. Yeah, this one's actually pretty well hidden. There's a lot of stuff going on in this area. We might actually have to be down here in order to proceed story-wise. But I can't return to the mortal realm from down there. Let's climb our way back up. No Archons up here, so we should be all good there. I don't think these guys can even live in water. I don't think I can knock them in the water anyways, though. Wait, there we go. These ones are even more enhanced than the others. Yeah, when they have a shield, they can't even be staggered. Let's get rid of them. This one's protected. Actually, when they have their shield, though, they can still be lifted up, unlike the other ones. Alright. Like I said, I actually think we do need to be in the water, though. Potentially. Yeah, here we go. I was gonna say, I vaguely remembered having to come through here. There could be Archons down here. Before I check, though, because it might make me go back, we can actually get our next collectible right here, which I am pressing the wrong button. Let's get this pillar in the corner. I do need to be in the physical realm for this one. So before I check for more Archons, let's just grab this right away. There's number 7. It even takes him a little bit to put his hand down. Alright, let's see if there's any Archons in here. I have to be in the spirit realm anyways. We can actually check to see if they respawn the ones out here, if we can get some extra kills. Seems to be clear. Yeah, I think most people will struggle with the achievement near the end of the chapter, or well, near the end of Vorador's Manor at least, because that's the part that can be a little weird with the way they spawn the enemies. We're actually going to be heading up there right now. I think you can run back to this checkpoint and then save the game manually, quit and reload to spawn some of the outdoor Archons again if you need some extra ones though. Potentially, or to fix some of the spawns if you're not getting the achievement. Well, let's see if we can track them down. But yeah, there's one way up above us. She floated back down. Alright, I'm not seeing any more high above us. What about this area? Are they spawning properly over here? They don't seem to be. There's one down here, though. Another one above us. That one is way the hell up there. But yeah, this is the problem with the achievement that I've seen a lot of people run into. Is some of the ones that just float way out of bounds. That's another one dead. I think that one drifted off a little too far. Because I think he might have... Oh, here we go. I think when they wander off too far and they technically go out of bounds, they appear somewhere back here. No, don't go under the map. That one's dead. Alright, that's another one killed. I'm actually surprised we haven't gotten it yet. We might have to do the go back to the checkpoint, save and reload thing to see if we get more of them. There's another one right there, though. So there are some still floating out of bounds for me, so there are more. It's just a matter of getting them to actually attack me. Kind of a messed up achievement, but these kill all achievements are kind of like this. They're just a little wonky. Not really sure why. It shouldn't be as many as possible, but like a set amount, and always let the player have some extra leeway with it. But yeah, I'm gonna have to try and force that one back inbound somehow, because he is the reason we're not able to get it. Oh wait, he might have come back. So he is kind of stuck still. Alright, that's another one. Still no achievement yet. But yeah, in order to force a checkpoint, just so I can show it, I'm just making sure there was any floating around here still. But we can go back down into the sewer tunnel. And then have it save again. So we got the checkpoint activated here. And if you manually save the game, I'll probably just save over this one. This will actually save everything, so we can reload here. So I'm gonna reload and then climb back up. It did get more of them to spawn. They are still kind of floating around out here though. Some of them are like really high up again, like that one. So we'll see what happens. Alright, I finally got it. This one kind of sucks, I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of messing with it a little bit. Another thing you can do instead of going to the checkpoint, saving and reloading, if you walk into the crypt, I actually saw this on a post when I was kind of messing around with this. If you walk into here and kind of get to this point, and you just quickly make your way out, it will force a lot of them back to the ground, but they'll start trying to float up again. And I had 3 of them pop up like right here when I did that, and then the one that I just killed last right there, that was up here. That was all because I did that method instead. So you could also try doing that. That is not my method, like I said. I just saw it posted on Reddit somewhere, so that did end up working. We have that achievement now. But yeah, the kill all achievements, they need some work because they don't work that properly. But I'm glad it's over now. We don't have to worry about it. Let's get back to the mortal realm here. But before we move forward, we can actually get our 8th collectible now. I don't know if you have to. You do have to be in the mortal realm for it. Let me just run past these dudes for now, because it's going to be a collectible that we have to hit. So so we can't be in the spirit realm for it. But yeah, that Archon achievement is not fun. Mainly because of the enemies out here. It's really messed up with them. It's kind of glitchy. Alright, only one more collectible left in this chapter, but it's a little bit later. It's funny that you can't really hit them when they have that shield, but you can throw them. Basically what I'm saying is you can pick them up and throw them, but you can't stagger them with melee at all. Alright, now we can get to Janos here. Kain warned us it was a bad idea to try to resurrect him. Hopefully Vorador is okay.
This relic had come at so high a cost. My blood offering for the answers I sought from this enigmatic corpse. It was the price of my freedom, for which Kain had paid with his life. Had I journeyed so far and forsaken so much, only to have it end like this?
I remember. Raziel, the heir of prophecy. You came for the Reaver, just before the Seraphim found me.
You've been entombed here for 5 centuries. Your murderers are long dead.
500 years. And Vorador?
Also dead. Your bloodline is erased. The age of the vampires is coming to an end.
Then we must waste no time.
I'm not who you think I am, nor is this a benevolent act. I have questions that apparently you alone can answer.
Raziel, there are forces in this world that will strive to deceive you and pervert your destiny. But you must believe your arrival foretells the salvation of the vampire race.
Why then would the vampires devise a weapon to consume and imprison their savior?
No, that cannot be.
While the blade yet exists, I am drawn inexorably toward my doom. It was you who bound me to this fate. Only you can release me.
Raziel, you have been misled. You are ordained by prophecy to wield the Reaver.
And so I do, though not quite as you'd envisioned.
Redeemer and Destroyer. Is it possible? Did I misread all the signs? It seems your destiny is more labyrinthian than I had imagined. You must trust me, Raziel. We may have very little time. I will convey you to the place where your answers lie.
Where have you brought me?
We are within the ancient citadel of the vampire race, long ago defiled and abandoned. This fortress endured through centuries of war against our great enemy.
The Hilden.
Yes. From this chamber, we witnessed the summoning of the pillars and the banishment of our adversaries from the land. This is a dire omen. The binding is in peril. The hour of prophecy is at hand.
It's too late. The pillars are already damned.
As long as a single one of us stands, there is still hope. The pillars must not remain under human guardianship. They are not competent to serve.
Why then did you allow the pillars to fall into human hands?
Raziel, there is no
I
time.
want answers. The world can end this instant for all I care.
Very well. The Hilden cursed us as they fell, afflicting our race with a predatory bloodthirst. But with this transformation came our enemy's true revenge. Immortality.
They liberated you from the wheel of fate.
They imprisoned our souls in this flesh, expelling us from the purifying cycle of death and rebirth.
And yet you pass the curse on.
It was a necessary evil. Our immortality banished us from God's grace. He turned his sight from us and fell silent. Many took their own lives, unable to bear the separation from our God.
Not you, though.
Curse or blessing, it is the price we pay to keep the Hilden banished from the land. To sustain the binding, we had to preserve our bloodline, and so we passed the dark gift to the human successors of our fallen guardians. They rebelled, inevitably, refusing the curse and seizing the pillars as their own. And so we come to our present dilemma. While mankind governs the pillars, the binding decays. The Hilden strain against the barriers of their prison, scratching to gain a foothold back into this world.
And what does all this mean to me?
We stand at the threshold of a new eon, Raziel, and you are the fulcrum upon which our destiny turns. Beneath this room lies our innermost sanctum. The outer chamber has been opened. It appears events are already in motion. This token is the key to the mysteries you seek. I cannot accompany you. You must face this trial alone. If you prevail, you will have your answers.
And if I fail the test?
Then you will not return.
Well, thank you, Janos. Alright, we're gonna be going for that White Roses achievement soon, which is the one where we have to beat the puzzle in less than 3 minutes. I actually might make a save here, so that if the timer starts in a bad spot, if I try to save again, I can at least fall back to this one. So I just did that really quick. It shouldn't really be that hard to do, but you never really know with time-based things. But it's still a little bit further ahead, so like I said, it's just a really early save just in case. Glad we don't have to look for Archons anymore, though. Also, these guys are all trapped. Actually, I'm gonna just build up a charge while we're here. He broke free. Can't see. I feel like the Earth Reaver actually hits pretty hard when it's fully charged. Again, we don't really have to fight these guys. But I'm just taking my time with the first playthrough because I'm not trying to speedrun it. So I'm just trying to get as much out of it as I can. Like I said, I've always really liked this game. Here's another transformed. Damn, what the hell did he just do to me? I think this one's dead. Yeah, he is. That was a combo. If I do hit another checkpoint, though, I'll probably save again. Because I know what chamber we need to worry about. It's a pretty obvious one. Oh, great. Missed these guys. Let's see if I can get rid of this Archon. Otherwise, it's gonna keep eating my souls. It's really weird what does stagger them and sometimes what doesn't stagger them. Should never go for that 3 hit. Alright, that one's dead. Actually, there was another checkpoint right here. So I just created another save really quick. Missed that one. Worry about him, and this one's dead. Yeah, when you have all of your powers and stuff, it becomes really satisfying. I wish this game had New Game Plus. That would actually make the speedrun achievement really easy if it did. I could use my power, that'll hurt him more as well, but you get more damage out of your hits while it's charged, which is why I sometimes just keep it charged. There's a lot of enemies here though. He's the last one left. Yeah, the last boss, and this is the one that I'm not looking forward to, because that's going to be quite a long fight without the Spirit Reaver. None of my hits are connecting, I just knock them through the map. There's another checkpoint. I'm actually supposed to go into that center chamber. So I don't even know why they locked me in here. Unless I thought I was, maybe not. Maybe I'm just misremembering the location. These things are back. These things are also in Soul Reaver too. Alright, we did hit this checkpoint. Let me create another save really quick. Yeah, okay, there's nothing over here. It's weird that they locked me in there, because like I said, I'm almost positive I have to go this way. Oh, these things can actually just go in the water. It's gonna be bad for me. Actually, no, we can jump in the water right now. I don't even know what just happened. Because our passage is actually through there. Also, why are these things doing so much damage all of a sudden? They're also insanely durable this time. There we go. Oh, they give us a checkpoint right here, which is perfect. This will be the ideal spot to create a save. Because this is, we're heading into the area where we have to do the in under 3 minute thing. Oh, you know what? I think I have to use my telekinesis. It's a good thing they have a realm shift right there. Actually, no, I'm not seeing anything to interact with here. It almost looks like I should be able to push this. Maybe we can just hit it. There we go. Very long hallway. It almost looks like one of those hallways that has that illusion of just never ending.
I should have known I'd find you here.
Here and everywhere, now and always. I am the wheel and its turning. I am the circle of life and death.
And I am beginning to think the vampires committed suicide only to escape your voice.
Do not forego my favor with your impertinence, Raziel. You have finally fulfilled your purpose. I am pleased.
What are you trying to obliterate here, then? What is it about me that has you so afraid?
Your fate is trivial, Raziel. It was Kain's destiny that mattered all along.
And Raziel's always being used. Now, the thing with this achievement, that we have to do this in 3 minutes or less, is I don't actually know if the timer pauses during cutscenes. So there is the very real possibility that in order to actually get the achievement, White Roses, we actually have to do this and skip the cutscenes, which is why I created that one manual save. camera just can't be facing the right way. Ooh, it almost didn't even let me jump right there. Yeah, you only actually have to worry about the new ones, not the old ones. Let's get the Earth Reaver equipped. He was stalling on grabbing that at first. Sometimes he just doesn't want to grab these walls. Alright, we got it. That was really weird though. It wasn't working at first.
It is accomplished. The Forge summons the spirit of every balanced guardian to itself for this final purpose.
Ariel, you.
Yes, Raziel. Yet I am much more than I was. The veil is lifted from my sight. My spirit, united with the souls of my predecessors, is drawn here now for the final baptism of the blade. To restore balance, the sword must be rendered pure by spirit. Release me, Raziel. The Soul Reaver has the power. Release us all. For this we were called.
Endowed for the scion of balance, for Kain, and he was now dead. What hope remained? I needed to find Janos, and soon. I dreaded to think what these ominous rumblings might portend.
There we go. Another miscellaneous chapter achievement down. We got to see normal Ariel, well, Spirit Ariel, but not all messed up, which is kind of cool. She purified our Spirit Reaver. So the purified Spirit Reaver that we just got, we can't use that in the final boss of this chapter, which makes the fight go a lot faster than normal. So we got to basically do it the hard way. Let's climb back out of here. It's always nice to teach the Elder God a lesson. Our last collectible for this chapter is also going to be coming up. It's going to be before the final boss, but still a little bit of a walk. Alright, the door's kind of blending into the wall. There it is. Couldn't see it at first. I might want to try and charge this thing before the final boss, though. Because I don't know if it's gonna be one of the Reaver spells we have to cast, because we already did cast the Spirit Blade spell. It was just before it was purified. So I don't know if it counts both ways. I'm gonna need the Earth Reaver though. I wonder if these ghost things are gonna come back. They do. These things are kind of hard to build a charge on, though, because they get really easy hits on the player. And the Reaver just doesn't even really charge on these guys. Oh, there was only, like, one of them. Thing does a lot of damage though. Wow, I got sucked into that. Alright, let's use the power just in case. We still have to use Kain's final Reaver spell power, so we wouldn't get the achievement here. They're all dead. You guys give it a rest. Everybody's just flying in, knocking me down. Might need to go into the spirit realm for some health. Because these things don't have souls. Alright, now that we're back over here, there's no longer a gate in our way. We can actually get the final collectible in this chapter. I'll just get rid of these guys. I don't know why I'm trying to jump over that. We can just go through here. Alright, get them out of our way. And something's really trying to stop us. There we go, Vampire Messiah. That actually could be Raziel's final skin. Alright, before I head up to the boss, let's see if we can get some health. Yeah, here we go. I'm gonna unequip the Spirit Reaver right now. I'm just gonna have the Earth Reaver equipped. Oh, I have to be in the Spirit Realm anyways, I forgot. You have to walk through this. Alright, let's return to Janos here. Well, we kinda have to use the Spirit Reaver while we're in this realm anyways. Yeah, these guys don't have souls either. Let's get all the way back up. It will auto-equip the soul, like the Spirit Reaver, once we get out of the mortal realm. So before you swing at the boss, make sure you switch the Reaver.
Janos, what is this?
The binding is failing. All is lost.
We had arrived at that cataclysmic moment when a younger Kain faced his fateful dilemma as Balance Guardian.
Choosing self-preservation over sacrifice, he doomed the pillars to eternal ruin.
Raziel, there may yet be hope. There is one who will be called. You must seek the Scion of Balance. Dear God! Raziel, we meet again. You have played your part flawlessly. It is gratifying to attain both freedom and vengeance in a single stroke. No! You cannot! This one is strong. Good. My next move requires a more durable host. Mortals are such fragile vessels. Willing or not, you have provided the instrument of our victory.
I wouldn't celebrate just yet.
You pathetic creature. You haven't got a clue. The seduction of the Circle and possession of Mortanius, Ariel's murder, the corruption and collapse of the Pillars, all orchestrated as a prelude to this moment. We sought an incorruptible vessel, and you provided one. We required the blood of our ancient enemy, and you delivered Janos Audron, having first been lured to the heart of darkness. Best of all, you murdered the Scion of Balance to get it. We've already won. Raziel, you must not allow them to carry out their plan. Kill me, and you end it now. Suicidal like the rest of them. Know your place, Raziel. The true hero plays his role and then steps aside. You deluded ghoul. Do you so wish to die a martyr for the vampire's lost cause?
You're not leaving this chamber. I will destroy Janos if I have to.
Very well, then. I'll indulge you.
Alright, let's fight him here. Like I said, make sure you don't have the Spirit Reaver equipped. But yeah, this boss fight, something that would probably only take maybe 8 minutes is going to take us like 20 to 30 minutes because of how much damage we're going to do to him. It's going to be so little to try and get this achievement. He's got 3 different aerial attacks. The tornado right there, if you try to dodge backwards like I just did, it will hit you. But you have to dodge backwards for his dive attack. And this one, I think we have to hit him out of the air. But at one point in this boss fight, he does summon enemies to help him fight, and you can get health off of those enemies, but it's just the amount of time it's going to take to actually get to that point is going to be really long. As you can see the amount of damage we're doing. There we go. I still took a lot of damage, though, getting him out of the air there. Because his push away attack is also really strong. I might be able to maybe telekinetically push him while he does that air attack. There is kind of like a sound cue for his dive attack, but in the heat of the moment it can be a little hard to predict it. I'm not even sure if that affected him at all. Yeah, I couldn't get to him quick enough. There would have been no way. And there's unnecessary damage. I thought I could maybe at least hit him once. Well, he's almost a quarter of the way dead. His Toral attack right there does a ton of damage. As you can see, we're already almost dead because of that. Takes like him maybe 4 of those to drop 90% of your health. Yeah, I'm not really sure why they decided to put this achievement in the game, because it kind of makes this unnecessarily tedious, and I guess that's why they did it. But it's unnecessary. Just like the final boss needing to be, like the game's final boss needing to be defeated with only telekinesis. That one's also going to be a huge pain. Ooh, wrong call. I thought he was going to finally go for a tornado. But he decided to do dive still. Alright, dodge tornado there. We almost have another charge. I don't know how much damage that... I don't think it did any damage to him last time, to be honest. So close to a charge. Alright, I'm gonna bait him into an attack, and then stun him and see if it does damage. Just to see if we can chip away at him a little bit. And I made the wrong call. No, I don't think he actually gets hurt by our Reaver attacks. I should just try and keep it charged then. I'm not gonna be able to make it. It's too far away when that happens. Which is a problem, because that's not a weak attack. We're attacking through him. Ah, damn it, I dodged sideways. Do something here, man. Just waiting for my charge to fully deplete, I guess. Oh, he actually does try to parry that, too. Ooh, he actually tricked me that time. Normally he does that on the 3rd hit, but he did that on the 2nd hit for that one. He needs to start summoning some enemies, though, because I'm about to die. Oh, speaking of which, he's going to get a hit on that one. The tornado sound effect and that sound effect is so similar. It's very hard to guess that. Raziel missed. Dude, this is such a ridiculous fight with this. Uh-oh, he tricked me again. It's not good when that happens because of the free damage that they get to you, because he's not weak. He hurts us a lot, and it takes a little too long to whittle his health down to this point. I'm hoping he starts summoning some enemies soon, because I can barely take any more damage. Oh, he's going for charge. Ooh, okay, we can TK blast him out of the air. But he's going to land a follow-up instantly on us anyways. It's going to do a lot of damage. We have a charged Reaver now, though. Should help us do a little bit more. Oop, that'll do some damage. Shit. Thought he was going for the charged attack. I'm about to die, though. It's kind of crazy how flawlessly you have to play this. But yeah. Alright, I think I'm about to whittle him back down to about the same amount of health. Lock-on broke on me there. But the problem is that it takes so long to do this that you just start losing all of your health anyways. Lock-on keeps screwing me up here. Raziel's attacking past him all the time. So it's like, I'm doing better this time, but I'm just getting, like, phased out from just the overall health loss that the game has. Ooh, I actually tried to hit him out of the air there. It just didn't register. I gotta be careful when he does that one, though, because you can easily retaliate with an instant counter. Ooh, that's gonna get me. But like I said, he does summon enemies to fight alongside him. So we can get health, but it's just getting to that point. Not easy. He should start doing it soon, but I can barely survive a hit. He's almost 50% dead. There he goes. Oh, I should not use the Fire Reaver. I just thought about it. I dodged that. Alright, they're not burning anymore. Let me actually get the Earth Reaver back. Janos. Alright, let me get this health. Not gonna help me too much, but he should summon some enemies. I'm gonna be less risky with that, because I kind of wasted some time. Thing is he can easily stall me out. Because like I said, with Raziel and Kain, you slowly lose health. So as long as he kind of just keeps up with these stall tactics, he could quite literally just wait my health out. Yeah, I try not to be too risky with that, because he's hit me with the spin attack as he hit the ground from that so many times now. And that one is his strongest attack, Raziel. Missed his TK blast. Can you stop stalling? Alright, here he goes with some more enemies. want to get stun locked right now, game. Oh, nice. He's giving me more. That'll give us our health back. Oh, come on, game. That was ridiculous. He actually still blocks it. Kind of saving them. Which might be stupid of me to do, but just in case I need some extra help. Because we're actually in a good spot this time, even though we still almost died. So he actually killed that one on his own. So I'll eat the soul now. Damn, I even tried dodging twice, but nothing happened. My impo is just ignored. He's getting there, though. His health bar doesn't end when the line ends, though. You also have to drain the one in the bubble. Yeah, this is why I didn't think I was going to be able to do the final chapter in this part, is because of how long this boss fight was going to take us. Because I knew it was going to be a long one. I've seen it before, like people trying to do this. And it is a little ridiculous. We're getting it though. I'm trying as little as possible to edit this down. It will cut to when I first died though. To around the same point we whittled him down to, because the strategy is the same that we were doing in the first half. Yeah, this is absurd. We're very close now. Watch him just do something crazy and instant kills us. Alright. We gotta drain this small little tube, and then we gotta drain the big one. Like the circular parts. Oh, you almost tracked the dodge on that one. Dude, he knows what he's doing, though. Oh, we got him. Man, I even dodged that, and he still got me with it. But he knows what he's doing. He purposely does the charge attack while there's enemies. Oh, he can hit me out of feeding with that. We still got the soul for it. But I thought we were actually invincibility framed with that. But we're so close. It's basically that the main obstacle is the first half of his health bar. That's like the main obstacle. I thought he was charging up. Because there's no enemies for him to spawn or anything at that point, so you're really in need of health probably for a bit. You'll actually lose a ton of health just from fighting him for that long too, just because of the natural health drain. So it's basically just getting past that first half. It would be very hard to do the in less than 6 hour achievement, but also do these types of achievements. I actually would hope he keeps doing this. very close to dying. Oh, you dick. I tried dodging backwards, but it turned into a side strafe. Couldn't get out of that. All my dodges turned into weird angled jumps. There we go, finally.
Raziel, finish it before he returns.
You should have listened to me. Now it is finished, and thus a new epic has its beginning.
Do you see? However far you stray, you will always return to me. Surrender, Raziel.
Never!
Your efforts are wasted, Raziel. That weapon you bear, however endowed, remains only a wraith blade. It cannot touch me.
I will not be your prisoner.
You have no choice. Your task is fulfilled. Kain has been cleared from the board, and this chamber made ready for my more malleable servants. There is nothing more for you to do.
I refuse to bend my will.
It has always been my will you satisfy, never your own.
You parasitic fraud. You're forced to imprison me because I possess free will.
You possess nothing. As you are undying, your soul cannot be returned to the wheel. But it may console you to abide here in eternity with me. Moebius, my good servant, I call you to the place of our first meeting. Return to me here.
I awoke to find myself in a shadowy realm. A disquieting stillness lay where my heart had been, the heart that had belonged to Janos Audron all along. How was it possible that I still lived?
You are still very full, Vampire. That will go first. This realm will render you hideous. You will go mad, and will not know it.
What is this place?
Do you not think of this place every day, Vampire? Or are we truly forgotten? This is the exile into which we were driven. But soon now, soon we will be free. We will be free.
Alright, final chapter. I might have to get rid of these guys. Jesus. I got bombarded with stuff right there. These guys are no fun in big groups. Ton of off-screen attacks that just nail you. I'm also stun locked right now. Man, even if I dodge it, it's just instant auto tracks. Oh, great, and a devil. can't even feed on these dudes. I actually wanted to charge my Reaper with that guy. Actually, sometimes won't let me charge the Reaver, though. It'll just do, like, the uppercut. Yeah, that 2-hit. Pretty much a guaranteed attack. Also, why is this one 10 times more durable than all the others? That fight's insane. We barely survived it. Yeah, I remember some of those late game stun locks can be a little aggressive. But let me get this health. This is definitely where we're going to end part 7. The final chapter probably won't take us that long, but there's no way we'd have been able to fit it into this unless we wanted it to be a very long part. Because of that final boss in chapter 12. Chapter 12, without being able to use the Spirit Reaver on that boss fight, it takes forever. Like I said, I'm gonna try not to cut a lot of it down. I'll probably just, like I said, I'll cut to the around halfway point again, because we did die on my first attempt, so it'll save some time with that. But whittling his health down even with the other half is like another 15 to 20 minutes. Literally, that boss fight with that achievement takes longer than the entire chapter does, which is kind of funny, or about as long. It's a little bit of a ridiculous achievement, but at least it's out of the way now. Like I said, if you're trying to beat this game in less than 6 hours and do that, you might be able to pull it off if you skipped a lot of the enemy fights in previous levels, but that will be a huge time waster trying to fight Janos like that. But we're not completely done yet with that kind of stuff. We do have to fight the game's final boss with only telekinesis, which that is also going to take a really long time. But we are done with the kill all of this enemy type in these chapters types of achievements. We actually do have one more other combat related one besides using the final Reaver power for Kain. We have to suspend 5 enemies in the air at once, which will go actually with our final Reaver power, because I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, it slows down time, so we can uppercut a bunch of dudes with that and they'll be stuck in the air for a little bit. So we'll try to get those out of the way, and then we should be good, because our final collectibles are also going to be in this chapter. There's only 4 of them left. But yeah, we're getting there. That was not fun doing that achievement, but as always, thanks for watching. Thanks to everybody who checks these out as they go live or after they go live. I always appreciate it, and I'll see you in the finale.